Hello gorgeous peeps, I'm Chris from TechSpert and today we're going to be unboxing and testing out Xiaomi's fresh new Redmi Note 12 Pro Plus. Sorry, Redmi Note 12 Pro Plus 5G, because that name wasn't already clunky enough. This upper mid-range mobile offers flagship level specs for what should be about half the price of an iPhone or a Galaxy S23. And I'm not buggering about here, this thing packs in a 200 megapixel camera with optical image stabilization. You got a gorgeous 6.67 inch AMOLED screen, a 5000 mAh battery with 120 watt charging support. Seriously, what were these guys smoking when they decided to stuff all of this premium tech into a Redmi phone? But anyway, let's whip it on out the box, test out the gaming chops, the camera tech, all that good stuff. And for more on the latest and greatest tech, please do poke subscribe and ding that notifications bell. Cheers! So first, what's in the box? Well, you've got yourself one Redmi Note 12 Pro Plus 5G, which is already getting smudgy mere seconds after being pulled from the box. My camera is really not liking this thing. It's struggling so hard to focus on it. It's like, what even is this? You also have a lovely condom case bundled in there to keep your Redmi safe from harm. This absolute brick here, Xiaomi's 120 watt fast charger, or GAN as it's called, and the obligatory USB-C cable. Alright ladies and gentlemen, so here we have Xiaomi's fresh new Redmi Note 12 Pro Plus 5G. And I gotta say, my first impression is, ruddy heck this thing's heavy. Weighs a hefty 210 grams, so as much as most flagships. It's a 6.67 incher. As you can see, they're not particularly chunky bezels surrounding that display, but it's certainly a proper beast, and one-handed use is going to be a bit of a twat really. Or at least it would be if it wasn't for that nifty one-handed mode, which I'm actually struggling to. Kevin, you know you want to? There we go. Boom. Boom shakalaka. Kids still say that, right? And I gotta say, I'm kind of in two minds when it comes to the design. Bit of a split decision. It's kind of a weird hybrid of premium and budget. Now you've got the pretty skinny bezels. You've got that lovely flat display as well, which I prefer to the slopey edges. And you've got a glass rear end as well, which just adds to the premium sort of vibe. It actually looks quite similar to some recent Xiaomi flagship smartphones, but then that glossy surface does smudge up so badly. I swear my hands can't be this greasy. I just had a shower for flip's sakes. And also, rather than having a lovely metal frame, unfortunately it is plastic here on the Redmi Note 12 Pro Plus. But it does feel rather cheap, certainly stands out when the rest of the phone is constructed from glass. Still, the branding is minimal and that camera chassis doesn't jut too far from the arse end. And you got yourself a choice of three colours here. This is the Midnight Black model, but you can also grab the Redmi Note 12 Pro Plus in Polar White or Sky Blue. And yeah, that mirrored back is pretty much ideal for doing your hair on the commute. And Xiaomi's mid-ranger is a bit of a tough bugger too. The glass front and back is Gorilla Glass 5. You've got a pre-installed screen protector on there too, and it's IP53 splash resistant, so not quite fully water resistant like the Samsung Galaxy A54 which just launched, but hopefully if it is tossing down outside and it gets absolutely drenched, it won't bugger up. Now, unsurprisingly for a Xiaomi blower, what you've got on here is a good bit of MiUI, MiUI 14, the latest, freshest version of Xiaomi's own launcher. However, what is rather upsetting here on the Redmi Note 12 Pro Plus is the fact that this is sat on top of Android 12. So already out of the box, it's out of date, and while I'm shooting this ahead of Xiaomi's official launch, so I'm not sure how many OS and security updates this thing is going to be gifted with. Rumour is it'll only get 2 OS updates, so Android 13 and then 14, and then that's your whack. And when will it actually get Android 13? Well, hopefully before Android 14 is a thing. It is your regular MiUI setup though, absolutely packed to the nipples with all kinds of great features. And thankfully it doesn't mess around with the familiar Android UI beyond adding a couple of bits like the control center. But I actually rather like it. It's one of the few things that iOS actually gets right. But unlike iOS, you can fully customize those desktops. Not entirely sure about the default wallpaper. Kind of looks like purple sponge and cock rings. But Xiaomi's wallpaper app is actually pretty good. You can get some good suggestions on here. It's absolutely stacked with all kinds of varied stuff, including a good bit of anime geeky goodness. And bosh, there you go, job done. And the Redmi Note 12 Pro Plus also sports an always-on display, but unfortunately it's not quite an always-on display here. You can only have it displayed for 10 seconds after you tap the screen, so yeah, it's not always bloody on, is it? But you've got quite a wide variety of options to choose from as usual, so at least that's good. These include the usual motivational, if completely unrealistic mottos. It's alright though, you can edit them to basically say whatever you want. There we go, much better. And Xiaomi has chucked a generous 256 gigs of storage in here by default, sadly not expandable via micro SD memory cards, but that should see you for a good wee while. But as you can see, 2 SIM slots in the SIM tray, and they both support 5G as well, on top of the Wi-Fi 6 support. And for your security needs, well, it's an edge-mounted fingerprint sensor here on the Redmi Note 12 Pro Plus built into that teeny-weeny skinny power button. And so far, touch wood, no complaints at all, seems very responsive, swift to act. See how it serves you over time, of course. And you've also got Face Unlock to back that up, although as Xiaomi actually points out, when you're setting up the Face Unlock, not as secure as the old fingerprint. Now, quite a lot of mid-range smartphones these days come packing an OLED screen, and the Redmi Note 12 Pro Plus is no exception. You've got some AMOLED text slapped on here. It's a sizable 6.67 inch, though that's fairly average now in 2023, and it's a Full HD Plus resolution, 2400 by 1080, so the visuals remain pretty sharp despite the fact it's a spacious screen. Colours can be quite poppy and punchy, but not over the top. You've got gorgeous contrast on this thing, full support for Dolby Vision video streaming. So certainly this Redmi smartphone does go toe-to-toe with any flagship smartphone out there as far as the eye candy is concerned. It does top off at 900 nits, however, which isn't one of the brightest panels around, that's for sure. This is where it does fall down against some flagships. And though outdoor visibility isn't terrible by any means, and that refresh rate does scale up to 120Hz automatically when you're using supported apps. I'm assuming this just jumps between 60 and 120Hz depending on what you're up to. Certainly those are the only values available in the custom section. And the Redmi Note 12 Pro Plus 5G comes packing a stereo speaker output as well, again like most mid-range mobiles these days, so let's check it out. It's 16 inches of sheer joy that didn't come straight out of an Ann Summers catalogue. And that's proper good. Again, more or less a match for a lot of premium smartphones out there. On that top volume, nice and loud, and a pretty balanced audio output overall, not too tinny. And unlike most premium smartphones, you do have a headphone jack. That's on top of the Bluetooth 5.2 support, and you do have a bit of Dolby Atmos action on here as well. Just fine-tuning your audio for you. You've got a few presets there you can play around with, otherwise a graphic equalizer. And I'm highly chuffed to see it's actually got a metal setting. Good on you, Xiaomi. So now let's have a shufty at the performance, and powering this Redmi smartphone is MediaTek's Dimensity 1080 chipset, which has been used in a couple of other mid-range mobiles lately, the Realme 10 Pro Plus and Samsung's Galaxy A34 5G. Certainly the everyday performance seems nippy enough here on the Redmi Note 12 Pro Plus. Zipping around the various menus, nice and swift. You'll see the occasional odd little judder here and there, but nothing too troublesome. Pretty respectable Geekbench 6 scores, as you can see right here. And if you are a gamer, no worries, this Redmi Note blower packs enough grunt to play the likes of Genshin Impact, even on higher graphics settings. You won't get a silky smooth experience all of the time. You might want to knock down the graphics a wee bit if you want a perfect frame rate. But you do have the game turbo mode, which you can bring up at any point with a quick swipe from the side, and you've got the boost feature in there, which just helps to clear the memory and dedicate all of the phone's resources to your gaming action. Found the screen was perfectly responsive, no glitching or anything like that. And the arse end of the Redmi Note 12 Pro Plus only got ever so slightly toasty, just a little bit warm underneath the fingers, but thankfully you've got Xiaomi's liquid cool tech to help shunt away all of that pesky hot air, keep the phone from overheating. And the Dimensity 1080 is pretty energy efficient anyway. As for the battery tech, well, it's a 5000 mAh capacity cell stuffed inside. On the balanced mode, the drain has been as expected. You've also got battery saving mode and a performance mode if you want to boost that instead. But leave it on that default balanced mode, you'll probably get around 6 hours of screen on time from a full charge. That's with mixed use, so a little bit of gaming, a little bit of video streaming, plenty of web browsing, messaging, and of course plenty of camera play. And no worries even if you do find you're almost fully drained before the end of the day, because you've got that 120 watt wired charging support. So as long as you've got that absolute brick of an adapter on you, you can power this thing back to full in 20 minutes. So certainly for a mid-ranger, this thing is right at the top of its game. That said though, there is no wireless charging support here on the Redmi Note 12 Pro Plus, unlike the Nothing phone for instance, so yeah. So let's finish off this lovely little unboxing and tour with a squint at the Redmi Note 12 Pro Plus's camera tech. And as you can see there, this bad boy sports a whopping great 200 megapixel Samsung camera sensor with optical image stabilization. No surprises at all with that camera app. It's the standard Xiaomi app that you get on all of its blowers. Seems to have a dependably fast focus and a fast shutter speed as well. And all the usual Xiaomi features are packed on here, including that AI mode, which can just help to recognize what you're trying to take a photo of and then tweak the settings to suit. And here's a selection of test photos that I snapped with the Xiaomi Redmi Note 12 Pro Plus in my first 48 hours with this smartphone. As you can see, plenty of detail packed into every snap despite the pixel binning. HDR situations ably dealt with, no worries whatsoever. Those tones occasionally artificially boosted a little bit, but overall, gotta say, really liking the photo quality. But of course, where that 200 megapixel primary camera sensor really comes in handy is the low light shots, because that pixel binning really helps to brighten up your snaps. You've got the image stabilization, of course, you don't get any blur or anything unless your subject is moving at the time you're taking the shot. So the results for mid-range mobile really are impressive stuff. You do also have a dedicated night mode, which can help to brighten things up even further as long as you've got a very steady hand, but more often than not, you don't have to resort to that. Plenty of other dedicated modes, including an Ultra HD mode. This snaps 50 megapixel images by default, but you can bump that all the way up to 200 megapixels, which is really good if you want to crop into a shot without losing much detail. It's a decent alternative to not having an actual telephoto lens on your phone. Though that said, you will need some decent lighting, otherwise that's not going to work too well. And naturally, you have a dedicated portrait mode, which can add a nice bit of bokeh blur to the background, so the focus is entirely on your subject. And yeah, don't get too excited about the other lenses here on the Redmi Note 12 Pro Plus. You've basically got an 8 megapixel ultra wide angle shooter, which is pretty bog standard stuff. And you've also got a completely pointless 2 megapixel macro shooter. I mean, you might as well just use the primary lens and then crop in. For your video shenanigans, where you can shoot up to 4K resolution footage, but only at 30 FPS, not at 60 FPS. Then again, here's a bit of home movie action I snapped in my first couple of days with the Redmi Note 12 Pro Plus. Stabilization seems pretty decent, again plenty of detail packed into every frame at that Ultra HD level. Audio pickup absolutely fine as well, in low light not as good unfortunately like most mid-ranges. And then if you're a selfie fan, you've got a 16 megapixel front facing cam. Certainly isn't as impressive as that 200 meg rear snapper, but it'll do the job for your basic Instagram action, whatever you fancy. Good bit of portrait action and not too shoddy in low light. You can't shoot 4K video using that front-facing camera, unfortunately. It's 1080p at 30 or 60 frames per second, but again, the audio pickup absolutely fine here on the Redmi Note 12 Pro Plus. And that right there in a lovely little nutshell is the Xiaomi Redmi Note 12 Pro Plus 5G. And that hardware, wow, nipples, very hard. Unfortunately though, this smartphone is let down somewhat by the software. I can't believe it's old Android 12, and of course not everyone's going to get on with MiUI, and the fact that the software updates are so limited as well is a bit of a decisive factor, especially when the likes of Samsung are offering years and years of OS and security updates on their latest Galaxy mid-ranges. So it's up to you. Do you go with the likes of a Samsung Galaxy, which has got that dedicated software support, or do you go with Xiaomi, which packs some incredible specs at this sort of price point? The decision is yours. It'd be great to hear from you down in the comments below. Please do poke, subscribe, and ding that notifications bell and all the usual YouTube bollocks, and have yourselves a ruddy, wonderful rest of the... Oh, wait. Before I go, also, I've got more Xiaomi phones. 12 5G and the 12 Pro 5G, so I'll be doing a side-by-side comparison of all three of these blows to see which one might be best for you. So stay tuned for that. Cheers everybody, love you!